Modernity is something we should cherish. And that's why we now talk about the term globalization. You can be local and you can be global.
At the same time.
Yeah, you're local, you're global. What is globalization? The whole world has become one big globe, and it's easy through social media to connect with any part of the world. But the point is, who are you as you connect with every part of the world? I am a Lango, I am an Acholi, I am a Luo, I am an Ateker. That is who I am. And I stand in this space, and in relation to this identity, I connect to the rest of the world.
Thank you very much. I'm happy that you mentioned that modernity is very good, but only bad when it makes you hate your own culture. Right. And that leads me to the question, should we punish our kids for speaking their local languages in school?
Why should we punish kids for speaking the local language in school? In Uganda here, the culture policy of 2013 or 2014 actually inscribed mother tongue in the curriculum and said that for the first 3 years of a child's education, they have to be taught in their mother tongue. Correct. And then in the 4th year, they'll begin to transition into the other, because we realize that you learn better from the familiar, when you go from the familiar to the unfamiliar. So whether you learn mathematical concepts, scientific concepts, language concepts in your language, you're able to transition better to the other language. And that's how I was educated myself. So the idea of punishing our children for speaking the mother tongue sounds very weird, actually, to me. And it sounds really, really weird to me, because we should be very concerned, especially with the elite, should be very concerned that our children don't speak their mother tongue. Although mother tongue is also tricky, because if somebody is somebody's mother is a Muganda, or somebody's mother is American, for instance, does that mean that is their mother tongue? Because mother tongue is the tongue by which you were raised when you were growing up. So that might not reflect your real identity.
Correct.
But we're talking about your tribal language, and I use the term tribe not in the derogatory, colonial sense of backward, but tribe in the sense of identity, ethnic identity. It's very, very important to ground your children in that.
Let's have an hypothetical situation. My mother was Luo and my father was Luo, culturally at least and linguistically. So my first language, or mother tongue, so to say, is Luo. I was taught for the first 3 years of my life in Luo. But after that, we transitioned to English and Swahili. But I was punished from the 4th grade, or going all the way to high school. We were being punished for using Luo in school. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that's part of what we call cultural alienation. That cultural alienation where they want you to master the colonial language and speak it efficiently, and they don't want you to speak any vernacular, the word vernacular, which was also very derogatory. You should not speak vernacular, so that you are able to master English very well. Why? Because English was seen as the language that will give you the passport to board the plane, the language that will give you the executive blue collar, white collar job. The magic is in that language. So in that sense, this happened all over Africa. Even in Uganda, they could even make you wear the skull of a chicken. Sometimes you'd hang the skull of a chicken on your neck because you spoke in vernacular. Even the time when I was going to school. Or worse still, there would even be a plaque that says, "I am a fool." You can even wear it on your neck to say that I'm a fool. So we were kind of really traumatizing children for speaking, for just being who they are. So I see the idea was you need to practice English so they can speak it well. But then we were going about it the wrong way by actually traumatizing ourselves and alienating ourselves from our culture.
So for schools that are doing it now, in Kenya, in Uganda, in Rwanda, any part of Africa, should we stop it? Should we allow our kids to, whether they're in 8th grade, they should still be able to speak their local language in school without any punishment and without...
I think so, that the idea of punishment is so archaic and backward and is so colonial. And that just says that, even 60 years after independence, we are still colonized in our minds. We need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, like Bob Marley said. Because now, if you are punishing a child because of their identity, maybe if you're in an English classroom and there's an English class going on, but even then, if somebody wants to understand an English concept from the perspective of their local language, you should be able to allow them to do that so that they can understand the English concept.
And what do you think of the sense of prestige that comes with fluency in English, a foreign language, in our case is English, as opposed to a local language? If I may break that down, when I speak in fluent Luo, I don't get an applause. But when I speak in fluent English, I get an applause. And I'll give you an instance that happened in Rwanda to me. I was in Rwanda, booked a hotel online and called. And I said, hello, my name is Peter, and I'm calling to confirm if you have a room because I want to be accommodated in your hotel. And the girl said, yes, we do. So I said, okay, reserve a room for me. I'll come and pay over the counter in a matter of minutes. Then I went to the hotel and asked, do you have a room? And they said, no. Then I said, but I called minutes ago and you told me that there's a room. And then she asked, are you Peter? And I said, yes. And then she said, oh, I thought you were a white man. And I asked her, what do you mean by a white man? And she said, oh, your English is so good, like a white man. So in my understanding, that is a colonized mindset, that fluency in English is equal to a white man's thing. And what does that mean? Not being fluent in English is, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
So fluency is white man's, not being fluent is a black man.
Not just fluency, all the good things belong to whiteness.
Oh.
And that is exactly also why we build our hotels. And something happens to me too. It's not beautiful, nice hotels in Kampala. If I want to enjoy a hotel with my wife, I have to go on bookings.com to negotiate a good deal, to get a good deal on the hotel. And so you can get a price on bookings.com or travel, whatever, all those companies. And then when you call physically to try to get a room,